everybody, welcome back to Interactive Horror Stories. Today, I'll be doing After the Funeral. After Funeral is a modern gothic horror story that takes place 3 days after your son's burial. You receive messages on your computer, those claim to be sent by your son's soul. He says he wants to be with you once again, and he asked you to do a few things in order to be resurrected. Will you believe in the messages? Play. After Funeral, Jonathan White. Beautiful. Beautiful. You used to be a father. It has been 3 days since your son, Jonathan White, was buried in the graveyard of the local church. He was 8 years old. He had golden hair and blue eyes. You, just like the beloved man in the Carpenter song, Close to You, since your wife passed away giving birth to Jonathan, and since he has been your everything. I'm gonna do a take 2 on that. Boom. Close to you. Since your wife passed away giving birth to Jonathan, and since he has been your everything. He was your angel. Now he's gone. He died on a snowy winter morning. You had gone to market, leaving him alone at home. When you had arrived at home, you found Jonathan lying on the bed motionless. His face was covered with his pillow, choked. Police couldn't find any signs of trespassing. You clearly remember the solemn moments of Jonathan's funeral. In fact, you try to forget, but the details are in front of your eyes and they won't go away. The priest had anointed psalms, palms, and prayers, palms and prayers. I don't know what this is. I don't know how to pronounce this for some reason. I know what it is. I just don't know how to word palms and prayers. Those you are not so familiar with. You are not so religious. Neither am I. Fun fact. While the lifeless body of your son laid in the church, his feet were turned to the east. He was wearing black suits and shiny shoes. His skin was pale. He was way too young for all of this. You wished it was you lying there instead of him. Like the day Jonathan died, it was a snowy day in all of Ohio. There are 3 inches of snow outside. It was 2 p.m. now. It's 2 p.m. You are a writer who has been on a writer's block since that day. Your favorite word processor is open in the computer. The screen is blank. You haven't written a word in a long time. You haven't written anything in a long time. There are cigarette butts in an ashtray and your black hot coffee in a blue cup on your work table. You chain smoke and consume a lot of coffee nowadays. As you are sipping on your coffee, the doorbell rings. I'll open the door. You open the door and it's Bob, your neighbor and friend. You had drunk beers and had barbecue with him for several times. He was a nice guy. He is overweight, has short black hair, and has no facial hair. He wears a dark blue jacket and a black beanie. Hey, how are you? I want to ask how you've been. I'm still depressed. It would make sense for a guy after 3 days to still be depressed over their 8-year-old son. Or 8-year-old child, even. It would make sense. Bob replies, I can imagine how hard it is. I never had kids, but I had a cat when I was younger. I loved her as my daughter. Then, when I had to bury her in the garden myself, it was tough. I know how much you loved Jonathan. I'm shocked to see you. I'm shocked I am shocked like you to see him gone. Dear Lord, I can't speak. I can't read and I can't speak. Bob continues, I'm going to the market right now. Do you need anything? You remember that you were out of cigarettes. This guy would probably, yeah, I need cigarettes. I need cigarettes. He puts his hand in his pocket and pulls a pack of cigarettes. Maybe I'm a bad friend for doing this, but anyway, take this. I'll buy myself another pack in the market. You take the pack, and it has 10 cigarettes inside, and thank him. Okay, man, see you later. You say goodbye to Bob, too. Then he goes. You close the door and sit back on your work table. You look at the computer screen that should have been blank. But no, it's not blank. Something is written. Daddy, I missed you. Both of these things would happen if I was this man. Like, Jonathan? Jonathan? Uh, type Jonathan. You type Jonathan. And you try Jonathan at the computer. Then the new letters get apprehended at the text on the screen. Whoever types it, he, she, it writes fast. And when they are finished, they form two sentences. I can hear you, Daddy. Talk to me. Jonathan? After you shout your deceased son's name out, new letters appear and form a reply. Yes, it's me. You're not a computer engineer, but you know that it is possible for someone to hack someone's computer and put them on a prank. Take two, clap. You are not a computer engineer, but you know that it is possible to hack someone's computer and put a prank on him if the computer is online. Your computer is connected to the internet with an Ethernet cable. I will pull the Ethernet cable just to make sure. You crouch down and frantically pull out the Ethernet cable from your computer. You expect that nothing else was written, but no, you're wrong. I'm in the computer. How is that possible, Jonathan? Good Lord said that I should be together with you. He said that I love you and you love me, so he sent me back. Oh? Oh, wait. Crap. What, are you sure, Daddy? Um, uh, oh, I want to be with you. I want to be with you. Find five candles and find five candles and wait for midnight. Bye for now. You only got one candle at home. You normally use the candle when the electricity is gone, but so you didn't need more than one candle before. What would you do? Buy them from the market. You wear your long beige coat and black leather boots, and you walk to the market to buy 4 candles. Then you return home. At home, you wait in front of your monitor. Nothing happens until midnight. A new message appears on the thing. I'm back, Daddy. Did you bring the candles? Yes. Good. Let me explain how you can bring me back. Go to the cemetery, dig my grave, bring my coffin home. Okay. We shall speak again once you bring my coffin. You know it is insane. You know it is insane what you do. You know it is insane what you do. But you prepared to get outside. You wear your coat and get inside your home. It is snowing like hell. A cold interpretation. A cold interpretation of hell outside. The sky is bright purple color, illuminating the night, and with the help of the full moon behind the clouds, you get to your garden started. The streets and roads are empty. There's only you outside this hour of night. It doesn't take long to arrive at the church and its graveyard. The graveyard is covered with snow and gray mist. No lights come from the church. Either there is nobody inside or the priest is sleeping. That's good. You can't be seen while digging your son's grave. You find the graves of your son and wife. Jonathan White was buried next to his mother. I'm gonna guess it's Dawn White. I'm gonna guess that the wife's name is Dawn because I can only guess. Um, there's an unoccupied area next to them. You'll be buried there when your time comes. You search for a shovel and you find it in about 10 minutes and you're ready to dig the grave. Let's dig it. You start digging Jonathan's grave. After 6 feet of digging, you reach the little wooden coffin. You climb down and carry the coffin up. After that, you climb up, you carry the dirty coffin to your car's back seat. You have never done something this bizarre before. Press any key. After you reach home, you get off your you get you get off your car and carry the coffin home. Luckily, there's nobody around. You drag the coffin into your living room center so you don't care about the floor getting dirty with soil. Thank you, Daddy gets written on the screen. Now put the candles around my coffin like a star. Okay. You carefully place the candles around the coffin, making it the center of the star. You light them with your lighter. Now read these aloud, Daddy. A lonely goat on the mountain. He is thirsty, thirsty for all humanity, love and affection. I shall give him the water. You read the lines. A lonely goat on the mountain. He is thirsty, thirsty for humanly love and affection. I shall give him the water. And the coffin starts to shake. The coffin lid slowly opens. The coffin's lid gets opened slowly. You see Jonathan. Oh my god. I can't read for some reason. The coffin's lid gets opened slowly. You see Jonathan opening the lid and raising up. His skin is pale, almost white. You can smell the rot of his undead corpse. He is wearing the black suit you couldn't forget. He stands on his feet and smiles at you. Then he steps outside the coffin, away from you, without saying anything. Then he does something you wouldn't expect from the dead. He dances. He dances with joy. After half a minute, he stops dancing, stares at you. His eyes are still blue. Take me in your arms, Daddy. Take me to the bathroom. I want to show you something. It is impossible not to obey what he says. You feel his presence. You feel his presence dominating the room, overwhelming you, and it's impossible to say no. You crouch down and take him into your arms. You carry him into the bathroom. You bring him to the dark bathroom. You turn. You bring him into the dark bathroom. You turn on the light and get horrified by what you see in the mirror. The boy's reflection is different. His skin is burnt like coal. Jonathan had an innocent and handsome face, but the face you see is so far from being pleasant. It is really like an old man's face, who is also very ugly, and he has no hair. I always wanted a daddy like you, says the eldritch abomination you hold in your arms. The end. There are 2 possible endings. Well, that seemed to be the good ending. In the doll, the bad ending was covered in red. I saw no red. Let's try this again. I open the door, still press. You know what? I'm gonna say no thank you. Okay, see you later. You say goodbye to Bob. As he goes, you close the door and sit back on the table. Alright. How's this possible? Oh. I'm afraid, Daddy. It's cold and dark. I'm so cold here. Please bring me back. Do you want to see me again? I don't think that this is right. Oh my god. What, you pile of crap? What? You pile of shit. I hate you, you son of a bitch. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Hate you, hate you, hate you, hate you, hate you. I'll rape your wife's rotten corpse. Then the glass of the monitor gets broken by itself. There's a large crack on the screen that has gone black. You won't be able to use the computer anymore today. After the scary, annoying test you receive, you no longer experience anything supernatural today. You go to the market and buy a new pack of cigarettes. You need them today. You don't want to write anything. You can't do it even if you want to. You need to buy a new monitor first. It's midnight. You decide to sleep, so you take your sleeping pills, and it takes 1 to 2 hours to fall asleep. You see your deceased pretty wife in your dream, except she's not pretty anymore, but she's a rotten corpse, a skeleton to be exact, lying in her coffin. You can't expect much to be left of her body after 8 years of death and decay. What makes this dream worse is the fact that she is moving. She writhes inside the coffin. You can feel her pain and despair from how her body parts are moving. You wake up in the sound of the doorbell's ring. You take a look at the clock. It's 10 a.m. You wear your slippers and open the door. It's Bob. Hello, I need to show you something. He holds a newspaper in his hands. There's anxiety in his face. You take the newspaper. It's the Ohio's local newspaper. Another kid choked to death. What? Officers are investigating a curious case of repeated deaths of kids in the state. Yesterday night, a 6-year-old boy, Kevin Madsen, was found dead in his bed by his parents. His face was covered with his pillow. What makes this interesting for officers is that the 7th boy that's died this way this month in Ohio. Recently, 8 years old Jonathan White also died with a pillow on his face. Sheriff Wilcott states that he finds the recent events quite interesting. The end. So what I got from that is that there is an eldritch horror wanting a family. So how they do it is that they kill whatever child. They kill the child. They trick them into saying this is making me laugh. They trick the parents or the parent into resurrecting the child, which actually just puts the Eldritch Horror into the body of the deceased child. Alright, I'm done here. I'm fine with this. This is, oh, alright. Okay. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.